picked up on a scent from those items. It led us through the woods. Eventually, led us to Daniel LaPlante's house. After we did the canine track, we applied for a search warrant. We executed that search warrant, did a complete search of the entire residence. Daniel was not there at that time. One of the key pieces that we found were a pair of wet socks in Daniel LaPlante's bedroom. And on the wet socks, we found a blonde hair. Could be from Abigail. In addition to that, we found some bullets. Those spent bullets matched the cartridges that were used to murder Priscilla Gustafson. There was no doubt that we were on the right track. After we recovered those items, we applied for an arrest warrant for Daniel LaPlante.
But at this point, Daniel had fled, and a manhunt was on.
We released his picture to the media, and the media ran with it.
24 hours after the triple homicide of the Gustafson family in Townsend, police are still on the hunt for their killer.
On the 6 o'clock news, the 11 o'clock news, they posted his picture. We tried to let people know we were looking for Daniel LaPlante, and anyone who could help us, we encouraged them to drop us a tip.
The media from Boston and from Worcester and from all over Massachusetts had descended on Townsend and Pepperell. And as a reporter, I was talking to the police officers, the chiefs of police. I mean, everybody was harried and frazzled. People who were off duty had come back on duty. Everybody was involved with this.
For the first time in my police career, and the last time, I put on my bulletproof vest. I thought Daniel would head to Northwest Pepperell because he knew it well. It's almost rural, heavily wooded, very easy to avoid detection. And my choice was prophetic. The reports of a suspicious young male in the area were almost immediate. And they were located within a wood area bordered by 4 roads. So we circled that area. I pulled into a driveway in one of the homes, and a lady said, "I know why you're here. I just arrived back home. Could you please come in my home while I re-enter it?" And
He was charged with the murder of Priscilla Gustafson, Abigail Gustafson, and William Gustafson. I sat next to him during trial. His eyes were cold. He looked right beyond you. No remorse whatsoever.
So I covered the trial for my newspaper, and I remember sitting in court and looking at LaPlante, and he was just without emotion, just expressionless. Like, he never showed an ounce of empathy. He never showed any discomfort for what was going on. Just a soulless look.
there were several factors that linked Daniel to the murders. Shell casings that were found in the LaPlante home were the same exact type as those found at the murder scene. Also, a hair found on one of Daniel's socks was indeed from the head of the murdered Abigail Gustafson. And during one of the searches at the LaPlante home, the actual murder weapon was found, which was a .22 revolver in an abandoned vehicle located on the LaPlante property.
We also recovered 2 cable TV boxes and remote controls that were taken previously at the Gustafson home. So before the murders happened, LaPlante had been in that house previously.
Thank you. May all be seated.
At the courtroom, ironically located at the intersection of Elm Street and Gorham Street, the jury found Daniel LaPlante guilty of the murder of 3 members of the Gustafson family. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms with no chance of parole. You're looking at somebody, perhaps, if such a thing exists, being totally evil. The lead investigator told me, Tom, have you seen how Elm Street keeps popping up on this? You know, his residence on Elm Street, he gets taken to the state police barracks on Elm Street in Concord. He's prosecuted, found guilty at the courthouse at the corner of Elm Street in Lowell, Massachusetts. There are 7 total Elm Street connections in this LaPlante side, which is quite bizarre.
Was justice served here? I guess under the law, justice was served. But how can you ever recover from losing your wife and your 2 children, and your unborn baby? So he was off the streets. But as far as the Gustafson family goes, I can't answer that question.
You know, a case like this